In a distant time, Jesus, the Master of Masters, walked among his disciples and followers, teaching them about the kingdom of heaven. On one of these occasions, he told a parable, a story filled with wisdom and profound teachings, to illustrate the importance of vigilance and responsibility. Who then is the faithful and wise servant, whom the master has put in charge of the servants in his household to give them their food at the proper time? Jesus asked the crowd. He then told the story of a wealthy man, a master, who was about to embark on a long journey. Before leaving, he called one of his trusted servants and entrusted him with the responsibility of taking care of his house and all the other servants. The master trusted that this servant would act with wisdom and justice, managing all matters well until his return. The faithful and wise servant would act with integrity, caring for the other servants, treating them with respect, and ensuring that everyone received what they needed. He would be an example of responsibility, knowing that even in the master's absence, his actions were important. However, Jesus continued, there is also the wicked servant, the one who, realizing that the master is delayed in coming, begins to think that he has plenty of time to do as he pleases. Instead of fulfilling his responsibilities, the wicked servant starts mistreating the other servants, eating and drinking excessively, living a disorderly life. He believes that the master will not return soon and that he can do whatever he wants without worrying about the consequences. This parable, like many others told by Jesus, carries a profound lesson. The figure of the wicked servant reflects those who, in life, stray from their responsibilities, believing that judgment or the return of their master is far off. They abuse the power given to them and live irresponsibly, forgetting the vigilance and faithfulness that were entrusted to them. What Jesus teaches here is the importance of always being vigilant, of maintaining responsibility, and of living according to the values that have been taught. The wait may be long, but the master will always return, and each person's actions will be weighed and judged. And so, Jesus continued his story, describing the moment of the master's return. After a long absence, the master returned to his house completely unexpectedly. The servant, who believed he still had plenty of time before his master's return, was caught by surprise. Upon arrival, the master found the servant mistreating others, living a reckless life, with no concern for the responsibilities that had been entrusted to him. The master was indignant upon seeing what the servant had done during his absence. He had expected to find a house in order, well cared for servants, and an environment of peace and responsibility. Instead, he found disorder and abuse. The master's disappointment was great, and he decided that the wicked servant could no longer remain in his position of trust. He will cut him to pieces and assign him a place with the hypocrites, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth, said Jesus, referring to the severe punishment the wicked servant would receive. This servant, who had abused his position and betrayed the master's trust, was placed with the hypocrites and unfaithful, those who had failed to fulfill their promises and responsibilities. This punishment is a strong reminder of how seriously Jesus viewed vigilance and responsibility. To him, it was not just a matter of doing what is right when someone is watching, but of living with integrity and faithfulness at all times, even when one believes that no one is watching. The unexpected return of the master is a metaphor for the return of Christ or any decisive moment in life, which can happen at any time. The final lesson of the parable is clear: everyone must always be prepared, for the moment of truth, the return of the master, can happen at any time. Those who remain vigilant, responsible, and faithful will be rewarded, while those who stray from their responsibilities will face severe consequences.